Hi guys, welcome to another 1v1 rank game from the Scouring, this time against the player called Corvin1. So let's see how this matchup goes. We'll resume replay. He's playing in the top left corner of the map, actually as orcs this time. We haven't met many orc enemies lately, so that might be interesting. He's playing with the teal color, and we are on the right side of the map in the top right corner with the purple humans. He decided to go for the opener that I'm doing, where he's building the barracks in this mountain pass, which is really good for him in this spawn, while I'm doing the barracks near my bridge. So that might be a little bit more difficult for me, since I won't have any effective defense on the side of my enemy, but at least I have some back protection, which can be useful if he decides to split push me from two different sides. So I'm still kinda happy about this choice, even though it might be a better position for it somewhere here, but you still can't too effectively cover the entrance on this side, and also this huge one on the top. So I think that it's probably just better to at least fully close one and then somehow take care of the rest of it with your army. So I think this is kinda okay. We are producing some first archers, going for the two farms as usually. Kinda interesting. I have a little bit bugged image here, but I think that is because of the texture where the farm is like dropped into the ground a little bit, because the terrain is pretty uneven here. But lately I've seen some problems with the images in the bottom right corner. In one of the previous games we had problems with the barracks. Now it's a farm, so this might still need some tweaking. But yeah, we are going for quick harassment on this camp as always. Our opponent just accumulating archers at his barracks, so a really passive gameplay. It's not really bringing him anywhere. But he already has 4 archers, I have also 4, but one of them is really far away from my army, so effectively using only 3 for now. We are still producing peasants, he's making his workers, but as you can see he has only 1 farm, so I think he will start starving pretty quickly. Yeah, he's minus 60 with food income, and in stock now he also dropped into minus, so he's quickly going to power build his second farm with 3 workers, but I think some units will start starving pretty soon. Almost looks like he wants to go for the wolf's camp first, which is kind of interesting choice. You don't see that too often. Sometimes I do wolf camps first, but I think it's just better to start with the goblin camps, and also definitely not on this position. I wouldn't go for the wolves here. It's the closest camp for you, and it's also really dangerous and annoying during the first night, but I just don't think it's a good idea to go for it immediately like this, because you won't have at least some information about the map, as some scouting. It's true that I'm also kinda destroying enemies in a blind end where I can't spot anything, but I'm slowly getting to this area where then I will launch a push on this side while he's not clearing any path to the enemy. Night is starting and he's just clearing some wolves at his home, so I'm not too big of a fan of that strategy, of this choice of clearing the wolves here as your first camp. But it's true that he was really slow. Yeah, he could have probably cleared an expansion first and then come back and destroy the wolves at a similar time. Also looks like he haven't even finished the wolves dens. I think there is still 1 or 2 wolves remaining, and now they will start respawning, and that means he didn't even save himself from the wolves while not getting any more kills anywhere else. So I think we definitely have a way better opener here, way more experience for us. He doesn't even worry too much about micromanagement, so he's losing some archers there, but somehow he will probably eventually take it out. So he lost 1 archer there. I'm finally clearing my third camp, and now I'm going for the push. He has some defense here, still strong barracks in a really narrow entrance, so will be still pretty dangerous even though there are only 3 archers there. We need to be really careful. At home I'm preparing my smithy, yeah, 700 HP, so that's really good. He's going for second barracks instead. Now he sees my push, so he'll quickly start returning with all of his archers. Now he has more of them, also better position, so even though I have better levels, I don't really want to stay here. Actually, I will lose one archer there, so that was a bit of a mistake. I think I killed one before, so even trade, but still wasn't really worth it. As I said, he's going for second barracks to close both entrances. I think now he will maybe regret this decision a little bit, because now he can be kind of certain that I will be attacking from this side mainly. And here he actually set up a barricade, so I think this was kind of unnecessary. Also, he's making only one worker, so not getting anything effectively now. In terms of resources, we have basically the same wood. I have a little bit more gold and also more food, so we are definitely in a better situation. Unfortunately, I decided to clear some more camps here on the top, and he managed to rush into my base with his archers immediately, going for really quick harassment. And I don't have that kind of archers at home to actually repel this. I have one cannon here, so with that potentially, but obviously no artillery mode yet. And he really managed to clear like, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8, close to 10 peasants. Yeah, maybe like 9 or something, maybe even 10. He's actually killing more and more still. I finally set up a cannon here, and now I'm trying to desperately somehow retreat with the archers. So he did some really strong harassment here in the beginning. It was definitely not looking too good for me. Fortunately, I still managed to escape with many peasants, and this is really important. I brought him to extremely low HP with my AoE shots with the cannons, and now I'm just finishing the archers basically on my attack speed, getting 1 kill per shot. I could have maybe even split the archers a little bit because the enemies were so low HP. I could probably one-shot them with half of my army and get even more kills, but we killed all of the archers there except 2 who escaped on like 30 HP. Even though they have both level 2, so they might be still quite dangerous. So we somehow survived this. We definitely lost lots of peasants, but we have lots of extra food, so I think I will bring some extra peasants from the farms now to gold and wood. Here's lots of wood actually saved, accumulated, but we have way more food being used there, so actually not used. I have way more food income. That is why I'm now decreasing the amount of peasants here, but in terms of food taken we have actually the same amount, and as I said, he has way more wood, so now he has theoretically better position, more potential for creating something really strong really quickly. Unfortunately for him, even though he has so many resources, especially the wood, he still doesn't have the smithy. If he made smithy instead of the second barracks, I would definitely trade the position with him now, because he should have way stronger economy, unless he lost lots of workers to the wolves that he just for some reason didn't finish in the beginning, and now he has to deal with them again. But at least he's getting extra kills, so I guess that's not too bad. Now he even decided to go for some warriors, and he also goes for the rush ability, so you can see that he's utilizing the newest feature, even though I mean the newest one is that warriors and swordsmen can hold up shields during fights, but this is also pretty new ability, at least when I was playing this. I'm not sure where you see the game, but when I was playing this it was definitely pretty new, so he's trying to utilize it somehow. Obviously he doesn't have the shields area, he doesn't even have smithy, and I'm already coming with cannons, so now he has to be really careful. This is a really narrow entrance. He managed to kill one archer there with his own archers, but now I did some really nice shots here. Didn't kill anything yet, but brought all of his units to really low HP. On this side he's trying to fight back with some archers, protecting his barricades from the wolves. But since he retreated from the barracks, scared of my cannons, I was able to get in his army with my archers, in his base with my archers. And now he's trying to utilize the charge ability, but I'm quickly setting up my cannon, trying to not shoot my own archers, yeah, be careful with that, but now quickly setting up the 2 cannons we have here. Also, you can see he's getting pretty quickly there with the charge ability, but we still managed to take out all the warriors before he even got to my second cannon. And now it's an archer war, I have more archers, and plus that as an advantage I have the cannons there, so it's pretty easy. He wasn't producing for a while now, even though I still ended up with more resources, and he just called it GG and surrendered after 9 minutes, which was a usual timing push time for the game. So pretty interesting one. It was definitely pretty scary at that one moment when he just cleared half of my peasants, but he wasn't able to capitalize on that advantage and eventually just fell. So I think that was a huge mistake from him. He could have even made some barricades here, same as he did down there, And since I didn't have any swordsmen, I would have to clear it with the artillery mode with my cannons, which would take a long time. He could prepare better, and also mainly he should have made the smithy to have some cannons early on. Instead he tried to make the swordsmen or warriors, but I mean it might still be possible for him to somehow deal with that, but it would have to be much more open space, yeah, in this narrow area where I just covered the whole entrance that he can use to run on my army with the cannons. There is no way he can survive that, plus having so many archers behind it. If it was this position down here where we have so many entrances, you can maybe walk around, he could potentially somehow split the warriors, charge on me from the back. My cannons would be struggling, I would need to refocus all of my archers there. He could still use his archers maybe from the barracks, something like that. I could imagine that his army composition might not be as bad, but in a situation like this, it was definitely a really poor move and definitely didn't work here. So let's check the results. He actually managed to get a little bit more gold since he harassed so many peasants actually he managed to kill during his harassment, so I wasn't able to get as much gold, but I still had a little bit more wood. I was just spending it way more effectively on the cannons, and he actually also produced way more units. Of course, cannons are more expensive, so since he was only spamming the tier 1 units, it was in his favor in terms of units trained, but we had way better kill ratio, yeah, so we killed 34, lost only 21. He killed only 20 and lost 44, which is a huge amount. Yeah, even lost lots of units to the neutral enemies, I think, which we also managed to kill way more. 64 kills, he had only 49, and in terms of buildings constructed, we both had 7, so same amounts of buildings. He had 2 barracks, I had 1 barracks, and 1 smithy, plus we had probably the same amount of farms and 1 base. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and hope you also learned something from this. Definitely make sure you defend your base if you can. Don't be greedy, maybe leave a scout behind. If you try to push someone and retreat, they can push back, yeah, so be prepared for that so you don't lose so many peasants as I did here. But overall I think it was pretty okay game. So thanks for watching and take care, guys.